Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are doing phenomenal today. Because, of course, I think you already know the answer, but I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. For those that are not here yet, I know it takes a little bit of time, for people to get in. Oh, wait. I got to put on the live chat. Can't forget. Hello there, Fortuna. Nice to have you on again today. As you can see by the title, we're going to go over a little bit about Microstrategy and what happened with the poly market. But you know what? You know what's nice is that we also have a poly, what's it called? Sorry. A Microstrategy market. Oof, I almost forgot. I almost forgot the name of that. Okay. All right. So we got Encode. By the way, Encode, you won a parlay last time, didn't you? You won the Champions League parlay. No? Yes or no? How would you say your name? As always. Yeah, you did. Nice. You got a nice $41. I mean, hey, it could have been more, but I feel like Arsenal kind of ruined it. I feel like, well, it was just a scenario, right? Like, if they hadn't scored that early, I think the touches would have been so much closer. In the last games that they played, they seemed pretty close in terms of, touches and whatnot. And so here, having them score and then just, putting, the whole bus in front of the goal. Yeah, that wasn't very nice. Yeah, I have the same feeling. Yeah, but it's funny that you had the same feeling, but you still went full Paris squad. You went fully Paris. You didn't choose any player from Arsenal to touch more. And even though Kvaratskhelia was touching less than Saka in previous games, you still put Kvaratskhelia first. Honestly, well-deserved. Well-deserved. I can't say that was an easy parlay. Even though the draw wasn't very probable, it was possible because Gabriel, he had 26 touches and Pacho had 26 touches as well. Both of them were equal at the halftime. So we got to say that. But anyway, boys and girls, of course. Oh, wait. Let me just make sure. Oh, no, we aren't good. But that's okay because we will be in 1 second. Right here. I have, of course, Cologne open right here. But anyway, of course, you always got to go and trade the convictions. PSG ball control is always better. I would say they're better in, a lot of things. In terms of, attacking football, right? Defensive football, I don't think anyone's better than Arsenal. But then again, who wants to see that type of football? Did you like watching the final? Oh, wait a minute. This is no good. I thought this was good. Why is this not good? And we have the chat here. What is going on here on my thing? Why do we have the chat? We got the chat here as well. Okay. But anyway, yeah, trade your conviction. Not much. Okay, hello, Timothy. Nice to have you here. All right, wait. Not much, we're saying. Not much to what exactly are we saying? Not much, Enco day one. Not much to what? PSG ball control, not much. Because I did say defensively, Arsenal is definitely better. Defensively, I don't think anyone can take it away. Yeah, enjoy of the match. Oh, true. Yeah. That's true. I did not enjoy the match either. I found it very boring. Yeah, there was suspense, but it was, to be honest, look, the only suspense were to people that were in markets or that were supporting either Arsenal or Paris. Like for someone who's for example, a City fan or a Manchester or a United fan or some other club fan, it's not like they care about who wins. You know, they watching the match because it's supposedly the best football in Europe, right? And we ended up with a final where it was just 11 guys in the box in front of their goal and just, you know, praying that Paris doesn't score. And on top of that, all of the time that they ended up spending and wasting by diving and the throw-ins and the corners and the thing. Honestly, I think the ref did a great job. But anyway, we're going to go off to the first topic, Encode Day, okay? And the first topic is the MicroStrategy little debacle. So first of all, of course, we do have MicroStrategy. Will it reach 850,000 Bitcoins in its holdings by June the 15th? And we saw, if we look closely, of course, we always go into the rules, check the rules out, make sure you read them. This market will resolve to yes if the MicroStrategy's total Bitcoin holdings are 850 or more. Okay? So 849,999 doesn't work. So as you can see here, we have a filing here. It came out technically the 1st of June, but it was filed in May, apparently. This report just came out the 1st of June, but this was sold in May. Okay? And I think this could be verifiable, of course, right? Because it's on-chain and everything, or it should be on-chain. Yeah, so we could see that 32 Bitcoin were sold. Yeah, Polymarket struggling with resolving still. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that we see, hello there, Ghosted Boogie. I hope you're doing good with that present today. Thank you for being so active and all that. Very nice. But anyway, yeah, 32 Bitcoin were sold, but here was the issue with that. The issue that we had, of course, we had MicroStrategy on our market. We can see that, will it reach that? I don't know. Yesterday we had a change in motion, right? 63% for no, 47% now. 37%, but now we're at 53 to 47%. Love it, and thank you once again. You're welcome, GM Mr. Killian. Nice to have you in the chatters. I hope you're doing good today. I know I am. So here's what we're going to look into now. Now, this was given to me yesterday by Miggs. Okay, for all who don't know who Miggs is, he makes a lot of markets. His name is, actually, what is his name on, I think it's wait, let's go check the market real quick here. Because he made new markets not too long ago. Wait. He made a market. Don't worry, boys. I know he did. Oh, wait, he can't. He tried to make a market, but he couldn't. He does have a market. I know which one it is. It's Bera. Bera. He's a Bera. Are you waiting? Are you waiting for? This is him. So, Miggs, of course, he makes, all these cool little markets here. So, will it reach? Will it not reach? So he's the one that gave me this link, of course. So here is the reason why Polymarket will go to 0. Zero. We're saying 0. Let me just zoom in a little bit for you boys here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see the 0. Can you see the 0 right here? It says 0. Here's the reason why Polymarket will go to 0. The team resolved this bet. Strategy sells any Bitcoin by the 31st. Okay, by the 31st of May, of course. To know. They factually sold Bitcoin in May. The filing says this. It is a fact. Polymarket is an inadequate, rigged scam app built on inferior infra. It's funny they don't seem to realize they have a major competition with 250x lower fees, aka hype. No one sticks around in a rigged casino. Yo, 250 times lower. 200, what? I don't, okay, first of all, I don't like when people say like 250 times lower, because technically you can't go lower than like, 100%. So I like to say like, it's like 99% cheaper fee or something like that, right? Something like that. But anyway, no one sticks around to in a rigged casino. Polymarket's valuation has topped. They have no community. This is where we're going to excel, guys. Okay? This right here is where we're going to excel. We will have the bestest community known to conviction markets. Okay? Cook is right on the analysis, but people won't stop using Polymarket yet. And it's funny because they've been making mistakes like this, but this is the first one that came to light. I don't know if this is the first one that came to light. They've been inadequate. That's true. That's true. So yeah, the community. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Fortuna. That's true on the community. But I believe people use Polymarket right now because that's where all the liquidity is, right? It's just easier to trade there. There's just so many markets. There's hundreds and thousands of markets, right? But that's all controlled by them. I think it's mostly farmers sticking around in hopes for an airdrop. You think so? They did confirm that there would be a token, right? I'm pretty sure they did. But hey, I don't know anymore. They do, they don't. I know Pump Fund took like forever to they were saying, oh, we're going to do an airdrop. And then, oh, no airdrop. And then airdrop. And then no airdrop. And then they launched their token and they rugged everyone. I think it's mostly farmers sticking around. Yeah, probably. But anyway, Hyperliquid HIP4 will destroy this scam business. So now we have to look at what exactly Hyperliquid HIP4 is. Imagine blatantly scamming your users like this by ignoring facts. Scam business. Of course, we have the CFTC. So I think this is the crypto, right? CFTC is an independent agency tasked on overseeing derivative markets. Okay. But you have, can you regulate these guys? Will come regulate them. Oh no, welcome regulate them. The thing is with these people, sometimes they write good, sometimes they don't. And so you don't know if it's like a good version or not. But here we are. And here is, of course, the market. Microstrategy sells any Bitcoin by the 31st, the 30th. No. So 31st is obviously what wins, or what should have been winning, but no took the cake, unfortunately, it looks like. So yeah, we'll see exactly when that ends up happening. But we have Willow here, Willow 2. We have Willow 2 saying I just got scammed for 500K by Polymarket. I am Willow 2, the top holder of yes on Microstrategy sells Bitcoin by May 31st. Here's what happened. Okay, here's the BTC, the update, when it was sold, and not when it was sold, but the update exactly. It's really bad. Let's see if we can, let me see if we can, we have a whole bunch of pictures here. I don't know why we have a bird that's just chilling here. But here's what happened. Let's look at what he's posting in terms of pictures. Oh, May 31st, the market went live. Okay, no, the market didn't go live. It was live already. I'm stupid here. I'm watching the whole thing. I was like, what do you mean it went live on the 31st? No, market is live on the 31st at 23:59. Okay, MSRT files 8K showing sale, and this was, I guess, in the middle of the 1st and the 2nd of June. 500K is crazy, I know. Additional rule issued on the 2nd. Wait. Oh, so they never closed the market, because I followed this when it started, but I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm not gonna go on Poly Market. Like, it doesn't interest me. I'm not. I knew about this, but I didn't go and see. I didn't want to. Of course, I checked the market, but I didn't go and, like, investigate more. I don't want to be on Poly Market, boys. Okay, I like my XOs. All right, leave me alone in my XOs. But anyway, so as you can see here, yeah, all of a sudden it went up. This shows that it was sold in May, so obviously it would pump. An additional rule was made. That's the thing. I also like XO. Oh, thank you, my dude. But the additional rule was made after that. Okay. So now we go into the other post. Poly Market had a market for whether Microstrategy would sell Bitcoin this year, and broke down by certain dates: 31st of May 2026, 30th of June 2026, and December 31st of December 2026. There were also two markets in 2025 that had resolved to no due to no sales occurring. GM MIGs, I'm talking about your little the little Poly Market debacle. Obviously, we have a Microstrategy market here, and so I thought we had to go over a little bit. You know what I mean? It's very important what's happening. As you can see, Microstrategy did sell 32 Bitcoin. Okay. But anyway, we're going back to this. Poly Market had a market whether Microstrategy would sell Bitcoin this year, and broke down by certain dates. I went over the dates. There was also markets in 2025, etc. The exact wording of the rules: this market will resolve to yes if Microstrategy sells any of its Bitcoin by 11:59 p.m. Eastern time on the date specified in the title. Otherwise, this market will resolve to no. And so this market will resolve to yes if Microstrategy sells any Bitcoin by 11:59 p.m. ET on the date specified in the title. Otherwise, the market will resolve to no. The primary resolution source for this market will be information from MSTR and on-chain data. However, a consensus of credible reporting will also be used. I began betting a few days before the strategy first deposited 30 million of BTC into Coinbase Prime. I went through all of it. The on-chain data, checked out past wallets and transfers. The picture was clear. Let me actually zoom in for you boys here. The picture was clear. They had never done this before, so I placed a few yes bets with 5K. Okay, just 5K. That's it. By the way, Migs, this is someone that got scammed on Poly Market. 500K for the whole Microstrategy. Obviously, you're seeing it now. But anyway, he began betting on yes, as you can see here. Just checked with myself. It could be a huge Just check this myself. This could be something burger. They didn't actually transfer BTC to Coinbase Prime hot wallet 2 hours ago. And as far as I can tell, it's the first time they have done this. This is also a fairly reliable indicator of them at least selling some BTC. You see, guys, this is what I love about prediction markets, okay? And conviction markets and everything. It's that it forces you, it incentivizes you to actually go and do your homework. Go and dig a little bit, because if you do find the actual information, you can obviously place your hard-earned shekels onto that, right? And this actually has more value, in my opinion. This is so much more valuable than having a news source that has zero. Doesn't matter what happens. When they go home, they're going to be happy, right? Here, they actually have an incentive because they're putting their money where their mouth is. And I love that, right? This guy, he found news and he took advantage of it. So he put a little 5K in, but 5K is not 500K. Okay, so where did the 500K come from? Anyway, here he was explaining that This market was still open on June the 1st, Monday, when Strategy's 8K was due to come out. Clearly, you would need the 8K to know if the strategy sold and if they always issue these on a Monday. It came out that they had in fact sold 32 Bitcoin for the first time in 3 years. First time in 3 years. Look at that. Here's the proof of sale. BTC sold 32 for an aggregate sale price in 2.5 million. Is that it? It's only 2.5 million? I guess so. 77,000. But anyway, so yeah, 32 were sold. The market instantly went to 80 cents. 80 cents instantly. I decided to bet here because the rules specified sale within the time frame. And MSTR's 8K that Strategy just issued legally confirmed that they did exactly that. Objectively, this is a true statement. Microstrategy sold BTC before May the 31st. Okay, and here we have the little chart beam as soon as people found out this moon. However, the market didn't resolve. It was a bit uneasy. I was a bit uneasy, but I thought about it. As a trader, I had a duty to place maximum size on miss. Ooh. As a trader, listen to this. As a trader, I had a duty to place maximum size on mispriced bets. I reread the rules, sale before May 31st. Reread the 8K, Microstrategy sold Bitcoin. The market was open and trading, so I jammed. Bro, I went all in. I flipped the table and I went all in, boys. That's what I did. Not me, of course. I'm acting, right? This is him. But I jammed. I went all in, beam. So what did I do? I put... Does that say... That's not 500K, though. That's 695,000? He put 695,000? Ain't no way. Now, the fact that people were willing to give me 20 to 25 cents on the dollar for an event that was 100% certain was certainly a red flag for me. Okay, but I checked and rechecked the rules. They were explicit. Sale. Strategy legally issued confirmation. Market was open and trading. Okay. Later, Parley Market added clarification. No information from MSTR on chain data or consensus of credible reporting confirmed that MicroStrategy sold Bitcoin within the market's time frame. Confirmation achieved outside of the market's time frame does not qualify. Confirmation achieved outside of the market's time frame does not qualify. No information. What? That is so. Additional content. No information from MSTR, so MicroStrategy, of course, on-chain data or consensus of credible reporting confirmed that MicroStrategy sold Bitcoin within the market's time frame. Confirmation achieved outside the... Wow, that is so bad. Now I feel great we have Madra. Yeah, I know. This was clearly... You know what I think this was? I think this was like someone... MicroStrategy is moving different. Well, this is the first time they sold in 3 years. So what does that tell you? If this is the first time they sold in 3 years, does that sound like a company that's trying to get more? Or are they trying to manipulate the market? What do you think? Do you think this is why Bitcoin dumped so much, right? You think this is a manipulation strat to try to like buy under or something? But if that's the case, that's not very legal. But hey, crime is legal now anyway, so I guess they can do whatever, right? But anyway, let's keep going on. This was straight up not part of the rules. It was not written down on the market. It did not make sense, and most of all, Polymarket didn't even believe it themselves. Why? Because it was true. The market would have closed on May 31st. The market didn't close. Period. This is what happens when a market is very centralized, because why adding bias information towards the end of the sale? I feel like the problem here is that, yeah, it is biased, definitely. There's definitely like some sort of biasm in this whole debacle, because like someone must have put some sort of money. Like the rules are the rules. Like if they sell in the time frame, it's not when the news comes out. The rules state when they sell. And if they sold in May, they sold in May, guys. That's how it is. In fact, here's where it gets fishy. Polymarket specifically waited until 8K was filled to resolve the market. Their sharps could fill six figures against people betting on a confirmed outcome. Then they could add a new rule and scam all the newcomers. Interesting. Their sharps could fill six figures against people betting on a confirmed outcome. Then they could add a new rule, and that's what they did. Look, they added, oh my God. Strive just bought 2,500 Bitcoin? That's insane. Micro selling, Strive buying. Huh. Okay, but anyway, the addition of the rule is really sus. Okay, and super sus. Anyway, it was a simple, straightforward, and dirty trick. I've been scammed before, so I understand there is some element of change it to the game, etc. But this is clear insider abuse from a giant crypto platform. I supported Polymarket for years because I believe they represented crypto values. In fact, their platform is simply another bucket shop where if you bet too much, you're going to get cleaned. Oh my God. It's disgraceful that your employees would scam for such low amounts. All right, now let's see this. Absolutely disgusting insider slop. As far as I'm concerned, Polymarket is worth zero until such ridiculous farces are no longer allowed to occur. Wow. You know, this sounds like a lot of fun, but brother, I know, I'm telling you, this is, when I started reading into it more yesterday, I was like, there's no way that Polymarket is this much of a scam. And they're everywhere. They're everywhere now. Everywhere you look, they're there. Can a Polymarket executive or associate individual explain what you're going to do about this? Platform trust heading lower if we're still resolving markets like this, and now serious alternative exist. This is code red. Congrats on rewarding these scammers. Polymarket competitor can't come soon enough. Company is going straight to zero. Guys, this is the time. Guys, this is the time where we group up here, we huddle, you know, we do the whole 1, 2, 3 team stuff, and we start kicking some butt. Okay, guys, we got to start kicking some butt here. Let's send DM that, brothers. Let's just tell this guy, let's say, hey, look, you were mistreated. Okay, it wasn't fair. The rules weren't fair. I say we all spam this guy, 100%. But anyway, I supported Polymarket for the videos, and I believed in, represented their crypto values. Anyway, we went over this. Congrats to these scammers. So anyway, he's just reposting all of that. And that is the last. That's the last of it. There you go. We don't have anything past that. So yeah, there it is. We've read a little bit about everything that there was to read about that. A little bit of the comments, if we can have them below. Let's see what people are saying. This is important. Of course, we went through all this. Very great post by Willow. Sorry that he got scammed 500K. That is, don't you think scammed out of 500K, there's a reason you were able to buy it at 70 cents? Nothing is for sure. You gambled and you lost. What do we think? Do we think this is true or not? All of Twitter thinks you should have won, but it was still a gamble on your part. Don't fool Port. But how is it a gamble if you know for sure? Like literally, you have information. You're reading the rules. You're reading the rules, guys. You read the rules and you say, okay. So what matters is the sale time. Not when the news comes out. I think those comments are missing the mark here. Well, let's check the other one. I was betting. Okay, let's see what he says. I was betting on a market with clear rules and they were changed. I agree with that. You know, I agree with that. And actually, we can go and take a look at that. I think if we go, we're not going to go check it out. We're not going to go check it out. We're going to believe him. Okay, he seems pretty credible. I looked at it before. Yeah, I'll probably respond to his tweets. I think we should all try to get to respond to his tweets, you know? He seems like someone who cares about the values. And this is what we care about with ㅍxo, right? We care about the values. We care about fairness. We want everything to be fair. We don't want you to feel like you were mistreated. And if you do feel like you were mistreated, we want to be here so you don't feel like you're mistreated. And this is important to me no matter what happens. I will always try to find a fair solution. I think that's the most important thing. And I think that's the way forward, right? No matter how big the community is, that's something that needs to stay. And that quality needs to stay, in my opinion. But he failed by understanding that it is easy money. I mean, look, Fortuna, in my opinion, this is my opinion, of course, he did research. So he spent time, you know, it's not like everyone knew. Look, he was putting in money before the market even knew about this. Okay, so this is something that he found. I think he deserves to get rewarded for information that he found. I think that's the point of prediction markets or conviction markets, right? Is to basically find the truth. And what is the truth? The truth is that they sold, right? The market was, will they sell before the 31st? They did sell. They scammed. That's how it is. Anyway, let's see what another comment says. Terrific market exploit. Failed risk management. It takes getting bitten a few times to realize the fallibility of fallibility of a platform and make it your number one goal to get paid in niche spots regardless of whether morally you deserve to get paid or not. Hope it gets resolved though. I understand people have this cynical view of Polymarket, but I really believe they were better than this. I don't think they really want their users to assume they will just change rules to suit their own interpretations of things. Sorry for your loss. This should not be happening, and changing the rules after the fact is a foul play. Agreed with this guy here. It is foul play. There's no way you feel good about it. No way. The whole point of betting big is trusting your research and conviction. I agree with that. He felt it was a safe play, and to big, he has a point. He does have a point. I agree. Willow is a new legend for me on Polymarket, something like Robin Hood. Thank you, brother. Hopefully you can do justice. We can get justice together. Will he get justice? I'm not too sure. Forget the 500K for a sec. The bigger issue is who actually settles this. Wall Street Journal found 1 and 5 disputed Polymarket markets had a voter holding the position they were ruling on. Half the votes came from 10 wallets. The rule didn't change. The judges had a side. Okay. Which I guess I agree on. But anyway, that's a little bit about the whole Polymarket and, MicroStrategy. Here we have our own little MicroStrategy. The rules are very simple, guys, on this one, okay? The market will resolve to yes if MicroStrategy's total Bitcoin holdings are at 850,000 Bitcoin or more, according to the official Bitcoin acquisitions page, strategy.com/purchases. As of June the 15th, the sole source for the resolution is the cumulative total displayed on the page at the resolution time. So if we click on that, we can see that we are at 843,000. Okay, so they still got a long ways to go. Okay, this is not like they're gonna get there soon. Not that it is. Wait. Let me reread this. Not that isn't good. No, that isn't good. The judges had a side. Well, I mean, I guess so. That's what they're saying. Miggs, my guy, judges having a side is crazy. I agree, and this is why Madra is nice, right? I remember when I was new with ㅍxo, I think you guys maybe remember there was this market where it was like, it was like Bitcoin. Actually, we can find it. I think we can find it three times. It was like, it was BTC. Does it hit 3 times or more? The 70K. Look. Right here. This market right here. It was a little bit, we didn't know what was going on, right? So if we look at all, can we zoom in here somehow? No, there's no way to zoom in. But if you look at it in the past, even though we can't go in the past. No, can't go in the past. But if you look in the past, we had a little bit of a, you know, it would go up and down, because people didn't understand the rules, right? And here the rule says, the market resolves based on the hourly closing price of Bitcoin, BTC, against the US dollar, as displayed in investing.com. A touch is defined as BTC's hourly closing price reaching or exceeding 70,000. So it's the exceeding part. That's a conflict of interest 101. No way, that's okay. Exactly, I agree 100%. And so with this market, for example, I thought, you know, it had to hit 70,000, like anything above or below. But that's what, and you know what? After having spoke to the creator, Aman Gamer, he said, yeah, I wanted it has to touch 3 times. And what happened was it was above it and it ended up closing as 3 or more times because it didn't state in the rules that it needed to actually touch it again. It said exceeding, reaching or exceeding. And this is the part right here, or exceeding. But the rules never changed. Madra said it. There was a whole bunch of, I remember that night. We stayed up till like very late at night. But anyway, that's about it. I wanted to go and look at this speed stuff here, right? I don't know if you guys saw, and this is what Crazy Emma posted in the chat here. I'm not gonna play it because I don't know if we're actually allowed to play it, but here is Speed. He made a little video and he said, can we make this official? And he added FIFA World Cup. Speed has 4 million followers on Twitter, and the FIFA World Cup responded with, eyeballs will be in touch. Will we have this exact video? The market should be this. Actually, let's play it. It's Speed. Can't be that bad, right? Can't be that bad. He's a good guy. Good guy. Speed doesn't. He's a good guy. Anyway,
let's play football.
So this is the video. Okay, let me actually. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go picture in picture, beam bam boom, and now you should be able to see the video. Unfortunately, it seems like it's a little bit too long. Can I? Okay, no problem, no problem. This is fixable. It's fixable. It's fixable. Let me fix this. Boom, boom, boom. It's not gonna look too good, but it's okay. We're gonna start over.
Let's play football.
Kind of crazy that Mr. Speed put that together. I feel like
it's the World Cup time. It's the World Cup time. 'Cause this is the World Cup. Put your flags up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your flags up. 'Cause this is the World Cup. Put your flags up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Put your flags up.
I'm starting to believe, just by watching that again and the whole context and everything and whatever, I'm starting to believe that this is probably just set up between them. Someone tell our brother Speed not to do this again. What do you mean not to do this again? Wait, he did this before? He tried to do this before? No. No way. No way. But anyway, I think we should probably make a market on that. And anyway, after that, we do have, guys, B8 3-0 or 3-1 in the IEM major stage 1. Of course, we have to see what's going to happen. We got B8. So far, it is at a yes. Let's go into the rules. We click on the source, of course. Very important to always click on the source. And as you can see here, B8, I think they're winning as we speak. This is why it's at a yes right now. Isn't it live right now? I thought it was live. Oh, it is live. Yeah. So B8 is currently winning, as you can see, 11-6. And we're on Mirage. Okay, so everything's live right here. We can see we have the feed and everything. So this is the end of the round, it looks like. So round 12, or sorry, 12-6. Will the B8 take it? Will they 3-1 or 3-0 in the IEM? So right now they're 1-0. Okay? Right now they're 1-0. What's after this, though? That's what we have to see. And this is why we have, right here. Okay, so if B8 wins, okay, wait, we have to look at this. If B8 wins, actually, let's choose one. Let's choose the ones that actually came out so far. Let's see. Who are the winners? Results. We need results. So we had Thunder, FlyQuest, M80. Where's Thunder? FlyQuest, M80. What was the other one? Thunder? Thunder won. Against Lin. What is this? What is it? What is this 2-1 stuff? Results for... Is this now? Oh, this is live right now. Okay. So we only have 3 results, but we almost have the 4th with our good old B8 here. And so if B8... Okay, so B8's going to go up against FlyQuest. Can B8 take it against FlyQuest? Okay, not sure how I feel about that. Damn it. I lost a train of thought there. Was it about speed? Was it about speed or what? But anyway, all right, so B8 will go against FlyQuest. Can B8 beat out FlyQuest? That is the question that we're going to ask. Yeah, that speed video. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it either. And I feel like, look, the market idea that I had was make a market idea about will it be the exact video that he says. And I think, like, now that I'm thinking about it, it's kind of obvious that this is just a marketing scheme, no? It's not obvious that it's a marketing scheme? But anyway, can B8 actually take it and do a 3-0? So can they do it against FlyQuest? That's what we got to see here. Okay, we also have BetBoom as well in this. Can they also do that? BetBoom, we have them here. They have not played yet. Or they are playing. When are they going to play? 1st June. Results for the 2nd of June. Matches. Let's see if we can get that. So we got Tai Lu and the Rebels, but that is not the IEM Cologne. All right, so B8 officially won. Okay, that's their first match that they're taking. So B8, boom, takes the first match. We still got 2 days to go though. Okay. And now for BetBoom. BetBoom, will we have the same thing for BetBoom? When is BetBoom playing? When is BetBoom playing? Wait, can we click on this? Oh, so this isn't even decided yet. Wait, this one isn't even decided yet. So we don't know. Oh, we have... I'm blind. We have Bet Boom versus the Gladiators. Big versus Liquid. We're expecting Bet Boom to beat it. To beat the Gladiators. I mean, come on, guys. You know, let's not be too mean here. So Bet Boom should take the first one at least. Will they be able to 3-0 or 3-1? We'll see later. We already went over B8. And then Big versus Liquid. This is the one that I gotta run, guys. My dog's having babies. Your doggo's having babies? Nice. Congrats on the puppies. You're gonna have a whole litter. But 8 rounds versus Big and Liquid. There's 10 minutes left to this market, guys. Okay, 10 minutes left to this market. What do you think is gonna happen between Big and Liquid? Who's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? It's not even gonna win. Who gets to 8 rounds first? This is what we want to know. Who gets to 8 rounds first? Will Liquid get to 8 rounds first? Will Big get to 8 rounds first? If we do scroll down here, we can see that they're head-to-head. Where's their head-to-head? This is their first game ever, guys. They've never played, but this is going to be a tough one, actually. We can see that Big is actually in front, but have Big... Let's check Big's last matches. Ooh, no. Up. Big's last matches. They lost against... So, Liquid... Look at that. Liquid playing against Paravision. They beat 3D Max. And then we have Big playing against Sparta. NIP. NIP is okay. Sharks. Okay. Heroic. You know, not very known teams. So, who gets to 8 first? That's what I want to know. I want to know who gets to the 8 rounds first. And it depends on the map. It depends on the map, unfortunately. If it's Nuke, it's going to be CT-sided. Who's going to be CT first? Are Big going to be able to do anything? Of course, you know, Big has never played against this, you know, we're going to say bigger team, because Liquid isn't, we're going to say a small team. And so maybe they're going to feel the heat. They're going to feel like it's more important, and they're going to try to get it more. And then last but not least, guys, we have the SPURS. Makes. We have the SPURS versus the KNICKS here. And surprisingly enough, as you can see, the SPURS are 62%. Why am I not logged in, by the way? And the SPURS are 62% up versus 38. This is what the convictions are in the chat, on ㅍxo. Do you guys believe the SPURS will take it? Do you guys believe they won't? Let's go check the games with Wemby here. Actually, I already have Wemby. I already have Wemby open with SofaScore, because SofaScore is too good. So Wemby, here are the last matches that we have. This was, of course, in regular season. This is in playoff. Okay, so as you can see, my God, that's a big playoff. As you can see, he wasn't doing too bad. 42 minutes played, 22 points. That's not bad. And of course, we can open multiple ones. So here we have 28 minutes, 28 points. I mean, guys, it's not bad. 8.3 grade. A lot of missed threes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed threes. So that he didn't do too good on the 27th. But on the 25th of May, 33 points, rebounds 8. He didn't do too bad. He didn't do too bad at all. And if we go look at who's their best player for the Knicks, this is who we're gonna look at now. We have basketball, basketball, NBA. Let's take a look at the playoffs, and here we have the Knicks versus. So the first game is going to be in 2 days. Okay, in 2 days at the SPURS, as you can see here. So it's at the SPURS Stadium. So we have Jay Brunson that's at the top here, but I don't think anyone can beat my boy Wembenyama. There ain't no way. Trying to make another market around this game. Is creation locked down? Last time I checked, let me see. Let me check a second here. Let me just check if everything is back in order for this one. Actually, you know what? Why don't we go and check together? Because I was having the same issue you were having, by the way, Migs. I couldn't make a market, unfortunately. Unfortunately for me, I couldn't make a market. So here we have Microstrategy, of course, like before, but we're not using Microstrategy for the microstrategies. We're using this because we're gonna go and try to make a conviction. Is everything locked down due to the abuse around resolution? Yes. Oh, no. Has nothing to do with that. The resolution was something that's been happening. And unfortunately, you know, we can't have good, nice things. You know, people kind of just abuse it. But hopefully people still use it. Let's just say who wins SPURS versus KNICKS. Who wins? Create conviction. And so normally, no, it still doesn't work, unfortunately. The team is looking into it. We've been at it the whole day, I'm pretty sure. So they're looking into it, into exactly what's happening. Once that's back, I will ping you, Migs. I'll ping everyone, okay? Because I know there's a few of you that were making markets and that can't make markets right now. I haven't had anyone else, though, come to me and complain about markets and whatnot not being made. But anyway, guys, okay, I pinged you on a ticket already. Yeah, I know, I remember. I saw it. I think I gave a little reaction to that comment, and I sent it in, of course. And so they're still looking into it. But thank you for pinging me, Migs. Appreciate it. I had 2 people. I saw you in the morning when I woke up, and I was like, wow, this is weird. I'm gonna wait for Migs to wake up and like see what's going on. But then when I saw someone else with the same error, I was like, uh-oh, this is not a Migs thing. This is an us thing. And so there we are. Here we are, and it's getting fixed. Hopefully it gets fixed soon so we can make more markets. That would be very, very nice. But anywho, guys, thank you very, very much for joining me today on this on this beautiful live stream. I think I'm on Twitter here. Oh my days. But anyway, thank you boys for joining today. Oh wait, I forgot. Before I go and everything, I was thinking, there's a lot of people in chat that like to make these GIFs. And so what if we make a little GIF competition? You know what I mean? A little GIF competition. I'm thinking about how I structure it, and I think that would be a good time, actually. But anyway, I will talk about that more in chat. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. I appreciate everyone, like always. Migs, Fortuna, Ghosted Buggy. I know there's Z's in here sometimes. Let me scroll up. Jaboy, our Jaboy here. Keeling is always in here as well. And Code 1, Timothy, all of these lads. You're all beauties. Thank you very much. And I will catch you tomorrow, actually. I think that's a good plan. I'll catch you tomorrow, boys. Take care. Have a good one. And of course, yeah, happy Tuesday. And happy Wednesday for tomorrow in advance. Have a good one. Take care. Bye.